What is the point of slowing down? A very close friend of mine asked me this after we spent a little bit of time on the phone. And for context, we're both characterized to be very on-the-go people with goals that we want to achieve and, places to be, places to see, always on the move, always trying to get the next thing. And she's very, very high achiever. So she asked me, what is the point of slowing down when it is so vehemently against our nature? Or what's the point of fighting so vehemently against our nature? And I told her I needed to think about it, and I did. So here are my thoughts as to why it's so important to slow down. As someone who likes to live life fast, I think one of the biggest reasons why I want to slow down is because life is short, and I want it to feel as long as possible. And for me, the times that have felt the longest are the slowest moments. When you're just existing in the present moment. I want to live a very intentional life, and part of that is intentionally standing still to see how far you've come and where you're going, and just appreciating the beauty of where you are. I mean, I'm in a beautiful place, and the other big reason is rest. People are so overstimulated these days, always looking for the next dopamine rush, dopamine hit, TikTok, Instagram reels. It's too much. Our brain takes 24 hours or something like that to process information. And, we're constantly bombarded with all this information. You can't process it all in one moment. So it's really important to just take time to let your brain just catch up. It's just recharging before the next big thing. To me, there's a duality. It's a perfect duality. There's the day and night. Without the day, there is no night. Without the night, there is no day. Without motion, there is no stillness. Without stillness, there is no motion. So for me, standing still and taking a moment to just slow down, that wouldn't exist without the fast-paced environment, and I think they're both equally as important. The fast-paced spring, summer, go, 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 and the fall, winter, slowing down, resting, recharging. You see this in nature all the time, In the winter, you're strengthening your roots, your foundation, and the springtime comes and you're shooting up. And that's why I think it's also really important to just slow down and rest, because it's not idle time. I think that's a very big misconception, that resting is being idle and not doing anything productive and not doing anything of value. When, if you're scrolling on TikTok all day, no, you're not doing anything productive or of value. You're actually doing something very destructive. But just sitting down, looking at the ocean, even just laying down, staring at your ceiling when it all gets to be too much, that's doing something for you. And it segues perfectly into my last reason, which is, in those quiet moments, I find reflection. It's very easy to get lost in the heat of the moment. You're just kind of going with it. And sometimes you just kind of do things that maybe you don't really want to do, or you feel things that you don't really feel. And it's because you haven't taken any time to sit with yourself and connect with yourself. I really like to sit and reflect and ponder, who am I? What do I want? I joke about having an existential crisis every 5 minutes, but it's true, because I'm always thinking about, what kind of life do I want to live? What kind of person do I want to be? And that only comes when I actually am able to sit down and just think about it. These quiet thoughts can come up when you're not constantly drowning them out. In these quiet moments, when I'm alone, it's just this feeling of fulfillment and gratitude just fills my chest. I feel so lucky to be where I am, and I think those moments are so valuable. So, to answer my very close friend's question, what's the point of slowing down? I know why I do it. I know why I choose to do it. I carve time out of my day to slow down and be in the present moment. Now, to turn it back onto you, why do you slow down? Find your reason. Stay safe out there.